To be aware of all organisms as others deserving of our respect really takes the human identity to a whole other level, doesn't it?
This really is about seeing other as with respect, whether it's human other or organism other, and it's the next level up for us evolutionarily, I think.
All life.
And in seeing those organisms and respecting those organisms, we begin to respect ourselves, as part of this planet.
And wouldn't that help us overcome fear, in a sense? Wouldn't we all feel safer if there was a shared
It's very nice.
web of life?
Of course. Yeah, of course. If there's this feeling that I've had, that I've developed in all my nature writing and all my watching of this incredibly adaptive universe. And it is a feeling of, people say, oh, this is so hopeful. I have a feeling of hope because I now feel that I'm in a capable universe. These organisms are very, very capable. But they've gone through the same evolutionary bumps and adolescences that we're going through. And to reach that level of capability, how to live on Earth that they are at, for us to reach that, we need to exercise one adaptation that we've been given that we're very, very good at. And that's the adaptation of being able to look and emulate and to choose a teacher, to choose what you'll learn from, and to emulate that teacher. So it gives me hope.
In your work, have you stumbled across any lessons that tell us not to follow nature's pattern for the good of humankind?
I did some work with nurses with an organization called Healthcare Without Harm. And I was talking about these organisms and how much we can learn from them. And a nurse came up to me afterwards, and she was furious. A lot of emotion, a lot of charge. And she said, you don't understand that, there's things in nature that are very dangerous. And it occurred to me that I had been disrespectful in not acknowledging the fact that she had spent her life trying to protect us from, indeed, organisms that want very badly to inhabit our bodies. I mean, that's part of their strategy. And that she spends her life. So for her to make the leap of these organisms are, to respect these organisms when she's been trained in a certain way, it allowed me to realize that, yes, there's very many ways in which we deal with nature, and for her, she's in war all the time. While I wouldn't say that nature is cruel, I would say that we are prey and for certain organisms, and we're in a parasitic relationship with other organisms. Again, it's part of this just being a biological organism. There's many things that we shouldn't choose to emulate in the natural world. I think that we do have to choose what's an appropriate adaptation for us. Okay, so for instance, for people to say, let's create a society that's more like bees, or a society that's more like gorillas. That's really doesn't, or for people, as they did during the era of social Darwinism, to say that look to the natural world to figure out who should live and who should die, or who should breed. That's really, really dangerous, I think. Because these organisms, how other organisms are being judged by natural selection, okay, and the kinds of societies that they've knit together, we can't pick a species and say we should be more like that. That's, I think, looking to nature for our mores and our ethics and our morality is really dangerous. We are a unique species, an ethical, moral animal, and there are some places that it just doesn't fit.